And now we are live.
Oh, good.
Woo woo! All right. So, how are you enjoying the weather?
My a little rain doesn't help or anything.
Right.
It makes it so we can actually have fires at summer camp. So I'm down for that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Are you gonna enjoy the nice hot weather here we're gonna have this weekend?
No, no, not really. Can't back that up.
Okay. I think it was what 99 on Saturday, 90 at least in this area. I don't know what
Oh, it'll
it's gonna
probably be
be in
hotter
your
down
area.
there.
But yeah, 99 in the Sioux Falls area on Saturday, 98 on Sunday, or vice versa, whichever one the news said. But yeah, it's still supposed to be pretty hot this weekend. So
Yep, pretty much.
yeah, those people that are planning to do outdoor stuff, I'd second guess that. I'm talking about like mowing and stuff like that, but camping should be fun.
It'll be awful. But I'm used to it. It'll be fine. It's
Yeah. If it gets too hot, what is the general thing that you guys usually do?
hydrate.
Hydrate. Yeah.
It's it's
You don't limit your activities or anything like that.
um depends on what the activities are. It's one of those things you put like obviously if there's something that's going to have you out in the sun and doing that more during that time of year,
Sure.
you kind of rotate things around. Like it's like, well, we could have them be out in the sailboats where it's going to be have the sun being down in the afternoon like we planned, or we could do that in the morning. It's like maybe you could do the canoeing too, and kind of figure it out from there. And
Right.
it's like, and then we can do the swimming in the afternoon, whether it be in the actual water. So things like that.
Right.
With scouting now, there's a lot more things that are actually indoors, like they have like the advanced welding stuff, the
Sure.
stuff with the routing machines and all of that. They're going to do this year at camp. If they're doing that stuff, it's going to be there's going to be air conditioning. But yeah, it all kind of depends on what you're doing and where you're doing it, and just being smart about it, staying out of the sun.
Sure.
A lot of sunscreen, and by all means hydrate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely hydrate. Yeah. If you're not hydrating, well, we got a problem.
Exactly. We were pushing. It's like last year I was doing I have a good. I have these good metal water bottles. I was doing 3 or 4 of those a day. Best summer camp ever though, because they had in their dinner or lunch and dinner area, they had ice machines, actual ice machines with like the small chunk ice.
Mm-hmm.
So you could fill up and you could go back in there any time of the day to fill your water bottle with ice.
Nice.
And so it's easier to drink water when it's ice cold.
Mm-hmm.
I firmly believe that. So it's just like it was a godsend.
That's awesome. I guess since we're 3 minutes in, probably should start the show for those that have joined us. So welcome everybody to Rainbow Live Presents Wednesday Night Lights with your hosts
Patrick
and Casey. Not so much a lot on the non-sports stuff, just a couple things. But we did bring back Funko Land for the week.
Yay, Funko Land!
But we do have a few items in the sports ball, so I guess we get crack-a-lacking on that one right after the question. Question of the week is, this is just a random one I've been thinking about all day just because I caught a few videos on YouTube, but which spy universe, in your opinion, at least for the ones that made it into the live action theater screen, which spy universe do you think is the better spy universe, the 007 or the Kingsman?
I will say this. I'm gonna go with the unpopular one and say Kingsman, because while 007 has better movies, they've had some real stinkers too.
Sure.
And they've had they've had some, like, when the high is high, it's way up here. When the low is low, it's way down here. And it doesn't do a good, like, I went into Spectre, and it had been a long time since I've seen the other movies, and my wife is not a James Bond fan.
Sure.
She didn't know what was going on. It didn't explain itself like you should for a movie that is that long of a series and sequence.
Right. Yeah.
It should have explained better. So it's overall, Kingsman explains better. It has a more consistent history. I just think it's a better movie all around.
Okay.
Or a series all around, over time.
Right. Now, and I guess I didn't grow up with James Bond myself, so I'm probably leaning more towards Kingsman as well, just because not only do you have the first two movies that came out that actually continue the story, which don't get me wrong, James Bond did as well as they could for the different actors they had played for James Bond, but then they had the prequel, which actually set up how they created the Kingsman. So that's what it makes that story so awesome. So basically on the same point as you, like, it explains everything, gives it a good story. So, well, all right. So I guess then we get to go into sports ball.
Yeah, sports ball.
First things first. Few things that either are new to us or brand new. We have the Turkish Airlines for basketball. Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Panini Prism edition. So I probably should switch the camera. Yeah, as much as they love looking at our beautiful faces. So those of you that are collecting the EuroLeague, for some of those players that go across the ocean to play basketball. Yeah.
Across the pond.
Yeah. And then also a lower league of the NBA. We have the NBA G League. We have this nice little mega box for 32 total cards. The other one was 24 total cards, if those of you that want to know. No special cards like autographs, but there's always that chance. Next, we have 2024-2025 Select from Panini. This one's actually one of our very few products that actually has a lot of those hits in them, because it looks on here, it says find 3 autographs or memorabilia cards. So those of you that are trying to collect the jersey cards or the autographs of some of those high-end rookies for this year, there you go. And then next we have, I don't know what particular box this is, but since both of these offer the same amount of hits, we have 2 autographs here, 2 autographs there. This is the actual hobby box for Topps for 2024-25 Topps Chrome. This one has the same as the 2 autographs, but this one only comes with 10 cards total. So out of the 10 cards, 2 of them are autographs.
Nice.
So, and then was there any other ones for it? Nope, that's it for those. Next we've got that's soccer. So yeah, we'll go on to football. Those of you that are huge collectors into that, we got a brand new mega box for 2024-25 Select. It says look for autographs for some of the league's top talent. So no guarantees on that one as well. So, and then hurt myself. For baseball, we have Topps Inception, which is 1 autograph relic card per box. And so that means out of all that, there's 7 cards total in here. 1 is an autograph or an autograph relic. So that'd be cool. And then now we get to some craziness for football. This came out a little bit ago, but might as well talk about it if we haven't talked about it before. We have 2024 Panini Contenders football, which the cool thing about these is this comes with 5 autographs per box.
Nice.
So those of you that really want to get those autographs of some of those nice rookies from this last year, this would be the product to go with. And then to finish off for sports, we have 2024 Contenders Optic, which comes with only 2 autographs. But this box seems to be that we only have 6 cards total in this box, so 2 of the 6 cards are autographs.
Woo!
Woo! All right, since we're done with sports ball, we can do some non-sports, but still in the sports section. How exciting is this to actually have Topps Chrome Marvel?
Nice.
So, it says on the side here, look for the ultra rare indestructible cards. So, and then on the other side, it looks for special Claude Chrome cards. So we have some. That would actually be kind of cool to collect. Get some of those Wolverine Claude cards. This one has a total of 12 packs per box, 6 cards per pack. So, and then it also says look for relic, autograph, and sketch cards for lucky boxes.
Nice.
So, and then we also have a blaster of these exact same cards. This little preview here, once it comes into focus, there we go. That's generally what the cards kind of look like for these, for at least for these exclusive blasters, because it says it has exclusive yellow lava. So, and then that takes care of all of our cardboard for the week.
Nice. Hooray, cardboard.
So, and all that, I guess we get to turn it over to Funko Land.
Yay, Funko Land. Now, mine kind of has a theme this week just because I am of a mood. I've been in a rewatch of one of my favorite shows, Stranger Things. And this one from first season, we have 11 with the Eggo hanging out, just chilling. And I love that look, the whole beaten up shoes, the blood from the nose, Eggo hanging there. One of my favorite little shots from there. Along the way, we have Robin with Molotov cocktail, which I think is just a fantastic look. It's a vibe through and through. Absolutely love this look. Fun little Funko. And we also have the man, Vecna, hanging out, for our Dungeons & Dragons people. We all know how it goes. And he's got the glow going on, kind of that evil, eerie coming through. Season 4 is just around the corner, the final season, whatever you want to call it. And last but not least, we got one of those statement pieces. We have Max at the cemetery, chilling over the grave, just chilling, just floating. So if you're into these, we've got all sorts of Stranger Things Funkos. It's one of those things. Maybe it's because summer camp's coming up, and I remember going to the science camp episode and coming back, and
Right.
never ending story.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite episodes.
Oh yeah. Mine has a little bit of a theme to it as well, but it's more towards events that are going on in this area. And I actually have this one in particular. We have these figure bag clips, randoms. The reason why I actually brought this one up is because it's SpongeBob themed.
Nice.
So the interesting thing is I actually saw a advertisement for 605 PopCon coming up here that was actually done by Kenny Baker, who's the voice of SpongeBob.
Nice.
And his initial talk about it, he talked about how it was going to be in Sioux City, South Dakota. And then he finished the video correcting himself, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So
well, that was nice of him.
I just figured I'd give him a little bit of little poke to bear with the that he called us Sioux City. How dare he?
We will club him like a baby seal.
Yeah. And then also at 605 Pop Culture Con here near the end of the month. I know this isn't the correct Geralt because this is the one from the Netflix series, but this is to give you ideas for those that you want to try and be able to come in, grab some Funkos or grab some things that you could get signed by these people that are going to be there. The voice of Geralt is going to be at this year's Pop Culture Con.
Nice.
And then I grabbed this 3-pack just because, well, it's the only thing I found that had Greedo in it, and the guy who played Greedo is going to be there. So, and then my final piece, just because he's always fun to talk about, D. Bradley Baker, who is the voice of all of these characters, plus all of the other clones, will be at Pop Culture Con. So those of you that want to get these specific items or any other items that we may have, because I'm sure if I would have done enough digging, could have found Jar Jar and all those other characters. Like I probably could have actually found a Funko of SpongeBob if I actually would have dug far enough, but had to do the show. Didn't want to do it right at 8 o'clock, right?
These things happen.
Right. So. Just to give you guys some ideas on what to get, because that's going to be here near the end of the month. Unfortunately, I did see on the news that the girl from Andor, the blonde girl, she canceled because she's stuck in Africa.
Well,
filming something. So,
I suppose that we'll let it slide this time.
Yeah. At least that's better than the guy who played Wicket. I can't think of his name right now. I don't know why. Biggest name back in the day because he was always in everything, and he was always a little guy.
Willow.
Yes, Willow. Yep. Also was one of the teachers in Harry Potter and stuff like that. Well, he canceled on us because he double booked. So, I know you really can't blame him for that because that stuff happens. Mm-hmm. But it's just like ours would have been better. No. So anyway. That ends our show for the evening. Like I said, we have plenty of ideas for you to come in and get stuff for that. Or as Patrick said, if you want to get some things for things that are coming up just in your own lives.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, plenty of stuff here for us to show off. Just not enough time, right?
Not enough time, and we could do the whole inventory, but we'd be here for a while.
Right. We'd probably be here till what, Saturday, and you have a thing you have to do.
Yeah. I have a camp I have to go to, and scouts I have to mount to the hood of my car.
Head first or feet first?
Depends on the scout.
Oh, true. There you go. Anyway, you guys have a good rest of your evening. If you guys want to join us, talk about any of this stuff, we're open till 8. Other than that, you guys enjoy your evening, drive to wherever you're going, and enjoy the rest of what seems like it's going to be a nice, beautiful evening outside. So
you're here.
Yes. You guys have a good night.